fully vaccinated people can now remove their face masks in many indoor spaces. This according to new guidance today from the CDC. Here to answer your questions is Dr. Kristen Moffitt, an infectious disease specialist at Boston Children's Hospital. Big day.
Really big day, yes.
Yeah. So we have so many families in Massachusetts where the parents may be vaccinated against COVID, their kids are not. What is your advice about going out in public? Do kids still need to wear their masks if adults don't?
So it really depends on what families are going to be doing out in public. If they are going to be outdoors and they'll be able to distance from others, they're not going to be in close space with people outside of their household or with other unvaccinated individuals, then they don't need to wear masks. But otherwise, if they're headed out in public to gather with people they don't know, or potentially with other unvaccinated individuals, or if they're headed indoors, those unvaccinated individuals should still be masked.
So that leads me to my next question. I think you may have answered it here. When we talk about these indoor situations, like you're going to a friend's house for dinner, maybe a birthday party, all of the parents vaccinated, kids are not. Should the kids still be wearing masks?
It's relatively low risk depending on what's going on with community transmission. And if it's a very small gathering of people, if it's a get together with one other family that you've been sort of bubbling with, then that is even more low risk. But if it's really more than a get together with one other family, especially with unvaccinated kids or any other high risk individuals, then those people should still be in masks.
Okay, so we're still kind of making these assessments. All right, so let's talk about this big development with the vaccines. These kids ages 12 to 15, they're now eligible. You have kids in this age group. You know, when you look at the safety data, are you keeping them in mind? What can you pass along to other parents?
Yeah, I'm absolutely thinking of my own kids when I take into consideration the safety data that's been presented for these vaccines. I'm very excited for my kids to be eligible for vaccination, and I will think about the safety data in the context of them too. In terms of the safety data from the 12 to 15-year-old trials of the Pfizer vaccine, I am very reassured by the safety data that's been presented. I take even more reassurance, though, by the fact that millions of 16 and 17-year-olds have now safely received at least one dose, if not both doses of the Pfizer vaccine. We have data now from some of these individuals for over a couple of months, and there are still no safety signals in this group. So that I take real reassurance in as well.
Once your kids are fully vaccinated, how do you think that will change your rules about where they go and what they do?
Yeah, I really will start to feel much more comfortable with them doing things outside of the house. If they're going to be outside with friends, I won't be chasing them into the yard with masks anymore. Frankly, even if they're going to be doing small indoor get-togethers with other friends, once they're fully vaccinated, I'd feel comfortable with them doing that unmasked as well. I'd feel even more comfortable knowing if they were doing that largely with friends that had also had the chance to be vaccinated, just to know that as many people in that group would be safe from infection as possible.
Yeah, all right, well, it's an exciting day, and we appreciate you being here to share this insight with us. A lot of questions, and we really appreciate your time. Thank you, Dr. Moffitt.
Sure, thanks for having me.